On the next few pages, we're going to look at some examples of some practical applications that you can use with ActivInspire's object restrictors. And we're going to only look at horizontal and vertical movements or horizontal and vertical restrictors in this ActivTip. And then in the end, we're going to create a simple example together. So on this page right here, you can see that I have some things on the left-hand side. And what I can do is the class can call out or use their active expressions to say what kind of ion they think each one is. And when I click and drag it over, it'll show me the answer. And you can see these are set to move only horizontally or left and right. So if I have students come up and grab them and move them around, they're not going to move them all over the page, and they're only going to go right where I want them. Now on this page we have two text boxes, and we've given them the property to only move vertically. So students can move the two columns up or down to match the element with its symbol. And this right here is a great activity that you can use with Active Arena or the dual pen to have two students working at once. So they can come up and match these two together. Very cool. In this example, we have an object that's hiding an answer. So a teacher or student would drag this object to guess the right one to show and see if you could find the link between brown and Matt. So we'll do it together. So play along at home. Brown leads to sugar. And you can see these move only left and right. So I can't move them up and down so they don't get in the way. Maybe you could have a student come up here and write down what they think the next one is. But I don't hear any answers from the crowd. So brown sugar, sugar free, which is always good, especially after the holidays. Free market. Now we're really close. Again, you could have a student write the answer here, but marketplace and then placemat. And then finally here, we have a game that uses the horizontal restrictors. So what students could do here is they could move these bars maybe to 4 and then 6, and the team would come up and figure out, the product of 4 and 6 is going to be 24, and they can put it on the Connect 4 mat, and the next group can come up and find a product to put their spot on the Connect 4 map. Now you will notice these black boxes act as blockers. We have them set up to be blockers, so these things can't move past them. So some cool ideas on how to use the horizontal and vertical restrictors, but now how do you do this on yourself? So what we have here is we do have a box here that's been set up as a restrictor, and we have some text behind it. So how did we set this box up to be a restrictor? It's really very simple. I'm going to go ahead and bring out my property browser, and I'm going to click and highlight on the box. Now you'll notice one of the tabs in here under the browser is restrictors. And then under restrictor, where it says can move. A lot of options here. I can set it to vertical or horizontal. I'm going to do horizontal, so now it only moves horizontally. Had I set it down here to vertical, we'll bring it back, restrictors, vertical, it wouldn't move left and right, it would only move up and down. Now one other key tip to know is that if you go in design mode, a little button up here that'll take you to and from design mode. When I'm in design mode, I can move this box wherever I want and set it up exactly where I want it. When I go out of design mode, it's now the restrictor is still set within there. So you can test it when you're out of design mode, but in design mode you can actually place it exactly where you want it. The restrictor is still set to the box, it's just not enabled right now. Turn it off, and now it's going to move wherever I want it to. Hope this tip inspires you to use the restrictors in your next lesson. Enjoy.